Hello, happy Wednesday. It's like 3:13 right now, and this is probably the first time that I'm talking to camera for the day. I had a rough morning. We were going to do the casino night, but when we got back to our room, we both kind of like knocked out and we're really tired, so we just decided to skip it, unfortunately. But then this morning I woke up with a horrible headache, one that did not go away until I was able to take something for it. My husband had to go out and get some Excedrin, which the store didn't open until I think 7 o'clock, so I woke up around 5 with a headache, tried to sleep it off, still didn't work, and then I took something for it, and so we kind of had a late start to the day, so much so that we didn't go out for breakfast until 9 a.m., which it was a lot. We normally go around 7 or so, and us going at 9 a.m. was kind of where the rush usually happens, I guess. And it was a lot of people in the buffet this morning, and so that is definitely not something for an introvert like myself and like my husband can deal with, but we made it through. The clips you probably saw were the clips of us in the gym. We kind of took it easy for the rest of the morning, and then we decided to go to the gym this afternoon and do a workout. So that's all we did so far today, and we've kind of been relaxing, taking it easy, so there hasn't been much going on. But later this evening we might do dinner and then see whatever show there is. And if we don't do a show, I don't know what to say, because I think it's just the time change. It's only an hour difference. It's 4:15 local time at home, so it's only an hour earlier, but I think the time difference is still kicking our butts. But I will check back in if we do something else today. So this is the outfit for tonight. Dress is from Old Navy, sweater is from Amazon, and my shoes are from City Chic, I think. But yeah, so we'll check back in a little bit. So we're coming out to dinner, and they have this little like market here at the resort, so we decided to check it out and see what they had. So we'll see. Happy Thursday. We're on our way to breakfast. I, a non-chess person, just told a chess person a new term, zugzwang.
Learn something new every day.
I wonder if anybody else knows it. Comment if you know what zugzwang means. Hi, happy Friday. So the last clip you probably saw was yesterday at breakfast, and honestly, I have to say we didn't really do much because the weather was really bad. So after breakfast, I sat and I read for a little bit because it wasn't too rainy outside, and then my husband joined me, Mike joined me, and then we sat and read for a little bit until it actually did start raining, and so we came inside, and we just chilled inside until we got hungry, had some lunch, and then came back, and it was just kind of the threat of rain kept looming upon us the entire time, all day yesterday. So we decided just to stay inside and just kind of watch some TV, a little Love is Blind, and we ordered room service and just kind of stayed in for our last night here. There wasn't too much going on because a lot of it was dependent on the weather. We were going to try and do a bike ride, but unfortunately that didn't happen because of the weather. So yeah, that's pretty much all we did. But today is our final day here. This is our travel day home, and so we just had breakfast, our last breakfast of this trip, and so we are getting ready to head to the airport. We have to leave at 9. It's 8:15 right now, so we're going to be heading out to the lobby in a few minutes. But before we do that, we are going to kind of sum up our trip and kind of let you know our overall thoughts and feelings about this resort, how we felt throughout our time here, and whether or not we feel like we would come again. So I will wait for Mike to come and we will both talk about it in just a second. Okay. We wanted to give our overall thoughts to the resort and our stay here. So I'm categorizing it so we can stay on topic. We only have like 15 minutes before we have to leave. Alright, so what are your thoughts of the resort overall?
The resort overall, I think, is like, it's an older resort that they try to renovate, and I think it's fine for what it is. I mean, it is bigger than the one we went to last year. It has a lot more greenery, shrubbery. The beach, not much of a beach, but it's fine. And I think that's the overall thought of the resort is it's fine.
Yeah, the resort is on the older side, so it's not as new as the one from last year that we went to. It is bigger. There's a lot more rooms, so there's a lot more people that we're gonna see, especially around this time. I would think that around like October there wouldn't be as many people because kids are in school. You know, this seems more like an off season, but maybe it's not. But overall, it was nice. I can't say that I have any complaints of the resort overall. With like the Wi-Fi connection doesn't stretch that well in the room. We basically have to stay where the bed is in order to like keep the Wi-Fi connection going, which is, I mean, this room is not huge, but even if you go to where the living room section is, your Wi-Fi will cut out. And I mean, there's Wi-Fi throughout the resort, but once again, it's not the best Wi-Fi.
And defeats the purpose of having the desk right there, or even sitting outside, possibly on a laptop, possibly on a phone. The one thing I did like in terms of bathroom was it had a big shower. But this one, it was a bigger shower. It did only have a rainfall shower head, and not other shower heads. But like, I feel like it was roomier. I feel like it was bigger of a shower in general.
Yeah, there was a odd smell that we smelled basically the entire time. I mean, I had body spray, so every time I like sprayed it, it kind of went away, but I shouldn't have to do that just to get rid of the smell. It was just like I was using my perfume, but it wasn't to get rid of a smell. It was just me using my perfume, which seemed to do the trick, but also we shouldn't smell that smell. If it became worse, if it got worse over time, I think we would have called the front desk. But honestly, it just after a while, I think we just kind of got used to it. Like your nose is the weakest, sense you have. So at a point, I think my nose just kind of got used to it. So overall, the room was fine, but definitely could be better. So as far as the next thing I want to talk about is the food. So this is an all-inclusive resort. So basically everything is included in the price with the exception of maybe the wines. There's certain wines and things or certain meal options that you do have to pay an additional charge for. We didn't have to pay an additional charge for anything. We are not drinkers, so we didn't have to pay for anything additional. There were a total of, was it 4 or 5 restaurants? It was the buffet, which is like the main place that you eat. So that was open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we decided to eat. We ate breakfast there every single day, which I think they had the breakfast was the best overall of the meal choices that they served. I ate French toast every single day because it was that good. When it came to lunch, they had your pretty traditional lunch. They had like Mexican options, they had American options, they had like deli meats and stuff like that. They did have
sushi too, I think.
yeah, they had sushi, they had desserts, they had a kid station because this resort does allow kids to come here as well. So the food was good. They had restaurants where you could only eat dinner. So there was Spice, which that restaurant you had to make a reservation for. That was the teppanyaki place that we went to on our anniversary. And then there was an Italian place was that Capers?
Yeah.
Capers was the Italian place that had the best food overall, in my opinion. And they had Sin, which was the Mediterranean place. Yeah, that was the Mediterranean place.
Yeah.
And the food was good. We were kind of reluctant, at least on my part. I was reluctant to go there. I really didn't see anything on the menu that I really wanted to try, but I ended up getting the chicken cordon bleu. That was really good.
French restaurant.
Yeah, the 2 restaurants that we didn't end up going to were the Mexican restaurant and the French restaurant. Based on the menu, I didn't see anything that I was excited to try or honestly willing to try. So we just didn't go there.
And Castaways we went to.
Oh yeah, and Castaways was like a lunch spot. There was a couple of spots that were open for lunch. The buffet was one of them. Castaways was another, and then there was another place close to the pool area that only served, I think it was like nachos, hamburgers, and hot dogs. So it was a very convenient place if you were at the pool and you just wanted to get something quick to eat. The food overall was good. You're not gonna go hungry. There's always something open. There's always something to eat. And the cafe. So there's a cafe called Coco Cafe that was open 24 hours. They serve pastries and they serve coffee. Pretty much any type of coffee that you want, you can get there. And I visited that place every single day we were here to get my coffee for the morning. And you can't go wrong. I think a lot of places are doing the like cafes, which is really helpful because me, I love my coffee, and it's really nice to have a place that you can just go ahead and get your coffee. If you want a pastry, you can go ahead and do that too. The activities, there's a lot to do mainly because I feel like there are kids here, but I mean, I feel like as an adult, there's still things for you to do. We definitely partook in a lot of the activities, the games. They have like a game section. There's a pool area. You can play darts over there as well. There's like a ping pong table. They have board games. We played board games while we were here.
Air hockey.
Yeah, air hockey, things like that. There was an entire room that had like different games that you can play, and then they had their own like teen space or kid space for kids that were between, I can't remember.
13 and 17.
13 to 17, so they had their own space. And then there was stuff to do every night here. A certain show that you could watch or an activity that you can do. So there was a lot to do, especially if you're the type of person that really wants to do something while you're on your vacation, something to keep you busy, especially if you have families, something to keep your kids busy. They definitely have those options here, which was really enjoyable. And then we didn't do them, but they do have, they had like a basketball court, they had mini golf, they had a batting cage, they had pickleball and tennis courts. They have a big giant chessboard outside in the walking path, and we've seen plenty of people play chess, whether, they play it for a few minutes or they kind of play it in passing or just kind of moving just the chess pieces around just for fun. But that was something that was really interesting and nice to see. I don't know how to play chess. Mike knows how to play chess, but we didn't get a chance to do it. But it's there, which is an option, which I think was really nice. So overall, my thoughts are this is a good resort for the price that we paid. I think all things considered, would we come back? No, I don't think I would come back just because there's so many more options here to choose from. If we do decide to come back to Cancun to visit, I think we would just try something else. There is another resort that's really, really high on my list that I really want to see and experience. And that's probably for that reason. I think if for any other reason, maybe because the resort itself is a little dated, I probably would maybe wait to see if they do any renovations, make any improvements, something like that. But overall, if you are in a certain price range and you want to stay in that price range, this is a good resort to come to. If you're looking for things to do, if you're looking for activities, they definitely have an abundance of activities. You're not going to go wrong with the food either. And I think if you just want to try it out, you won't go wrong.
I just feel like I wouldn't come back either because there's probably a lot better alternatives, nicer alternatives across the board, whether it's amenities, food, location, what have you, because it's not really on the main strip of Cancun. It's kind of off the beaten path a little bit, which is fine. It has its own essentially private beach area, but I just think it's average, and I think there is better spots in Cancun to go to than here.
Yeah. So we're going to end it there because it's 8:45 and we have to be at the lobby by 9 o'clock. So we're going to get going, and I'll probably pick back up at the airport. just got through security and we don't have a gate, so we're just sitting at a random spot. Mike went to go see if there's any like grab and go sandwiches that we can bring on the plane. We ate breakfast, but by the time we get on the plane, we might get hungry. It's a 4 hour plane ride back, so we're just trying to think ahead. I'll check back in a bit.